How's it going, boys? Johnny Superbman here, bringing you another Questions with Superbman. And in this episode, I'm going to actually answer a few personal questions. That's right, you guys want to know some personal stuff about me, so why not? I'll get it out of the way so you guys can get back to asking hockey questions. First up, you guys want to know how old am I? Well, I'll let you take a quick guess. Go ahead. Alright, here it comes. I am 24 years old, the same age as Sidney Crosby, 1987. Alright, that's my birth year. So technically, I'm old enough I should be a superstar in the NHL right now. Good God. But yeah, that's how old I am, so you can stop asking me that question. Second, where do I live in Canada? Well, there's a small city about 40 or 50 minutes north of Toronto. It's called Bradford. I'm sure a few of you guys have heard of it. It's Bradford, Ontario. It's just south of Barrie. That's where I currently live, but I have lived in Brampton, Mississauga, Toronto. I've lived downtown Toronto when I was in school, but right now I am living in Bradford, Ontario, all right? And the third personal question, do I play hockey in real life? Well, first of all, right now, no, and I hate it. I want to get back into it. I really do. Again, I'm 24 years old. If I'm playing hockey, I should be in the NHL, right? But I'll give you guys the backstory. Both my parents, I've told you this before, both my parents were born and raised in Ireland. I was the firstborn in our family in Canada. So even though I'm Canadian, I was still kind of raised in an Irish household. And that was kind of proven to me when they put me in soccer when I was, I don't know how old, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 or whatever the youngest age is, right? Put me in soccer. And I actually took soccer pretty seriously up until, I think it was like grade 8. And then around grade 8, grade 7, you know, all your friends in school, you're all starting to play hockey, street hockey, shinny, and I started to love it. And then there was one moment that I can remember when it all turned for me. One of my best friends in grade 7 or grade 8, I forget which grade it was, his, like, 3 or 4 players on his team who were friends of his were going away on vacation, and there was, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 games where they needed replacements. I filled in the shoes, and my God, I ever since then, I just love the sport of hockey. I stopped playing soccer, not professionally, but I stopped playing officially on official leagues in soccer, and I started playing hockey pretty much every day. There was a period of time, I think from grade 8 till grade 12, I had a hockey stick in my hand every day, whether it be shinny on Tuesdays and Thursdays during the winter months from 3 o'clock till 7 every day after school, or if it was ball hockey behind the rec center where we played shinny in a tennis courts that was closed off. It was perfect. It was a tennis course that was closed off by fences. We'd get 7-on-7 going. There'd be other kids from other schools coming to challenge us. Oh, the ball hockey, the shinny, it was so good. But official hockey leagues? No, I haven't been in official hockey leagues except for those earlier years where I got my taste for it. But I will say this, I've been in beer league for ball hockey in the last year I was in one, but I really want to get back into ice hockey. I really want to get into another beer league for ice hockey. But the thing is, it goes back to I have to buy all that equipment. That's, I think, one of the reasons I didn't get into it as much. Well, my parents didn't get into it as much when I was a kid. It's just so freaking expensive. And when you're a kid, you know, you're one size this year, next year you're a different size. So that was one of the main reasons. But yes, from grade 9 till grade 12, I had a hockey stick in my hand every single day. And I want to get back into beer league, definitely. Ball hockey and ice hockey, they're all great, all right? So that answers that. Now we'll get back into some more NHL questions. Up first, who will win the Stanley Cup? This comes to us from William Zhang 100. Now, this is a tough question. I mean, I'm not going to go into a whole preview here, but I really think it's going to be a Western team this year. I don't think the Boston Bruins are going to repeat. I think it's going to be a Western team this year. There's so many stacked teams in the West right now that I think that they have it to win the Stanley Cup. First, the Detroit Red Wings. I mean, they've set the record for home wins this year. What is it, up to 21 or 22? It could be Lidstrom's last year. It just, you can never count out the Detroit Red Wings, okay? They made it to the Western Conference Final last year. Just watch out for them. It'd be a perfect story for Lidstrom to win the Stanley Cup in his last year and then retire. So Detroit, San Jose, these guys have not made it to the Stanley Cup Finals, but they always seem to be up there. Is this finally the year they make it back? All right, so San Jose, you got to look out for. The Vancouver Canucks, you know they're going to be a great team. You know, I make fun of them all the time, but they're still a great team. They could easily make it back to the finals and easily take it this year. The LA Kings, I know they're not having the greatest season in people's minds, but they are one of the top teams in the league for allowing goals against. I forget the exact number, but I think in the Western Conference they're second in goals against, and the first is St. Louis Blues, and they're another choice for me. Goals are great, but when it comes to playoffs, it's the teams that can keep the puck out of their net. And the LA Kings and the St. Louis Blues have both proven to do that. So there's my top 5 for the Stanley Cup: Detroit, San Jose, Vancouver, the LA Kings, and St. Louis. If you're going to make me pick one team, I got to go with the Detroit Red Wings, okay? I'm going to pick that team. But it's not like I'm guaranteeing them to win. It's very close. And I haven't even named an Eastern team in there. So that's my decision for that. And the last question we'll handle in this video, because I can definitely talk about this for a little bit. It comes to us from Hockey Pretty Boy Swag. What do you want EA to add in NHL 13? Holy crap. This is a huge question. Okay. First of all, I'm going to do a whole wish list for NHL 13 video outlining everything that I want in the game, and I'm sure it'll be like a 30 minute long video because there's so much. And actually, EA might be flying me out to Vancouver to talk to them about NHL 13, to give them ideas or to tell them what some problems were in NHL 12, any of that good stuff. I'm sure it's all bullshit anyways. They'll still pop out the same game that they want. But if that does happen, I'm going to put up a video saying that it's going to happen. I'll get all of your guys' opinions so I can write them all down and bring them to EA themselves. So you guys will actually get your opinions presented to maybe Rammer himself. Who knows? But what do I think NHL 13? Quickly, I got 5 points here. First of all, this is not one of the points, but first of all, 6v6 club hockey is fine for me, okay? I'm not talking about versus, I'm not talking about 2v2. I'm talking about when you're playing 6v6 or 5v5 and everyone has a good grasp of what the game is and plays it the way it's supposed to be played. It's a great game, okay? NHL 12, even NHL 11, when you had 6v6, I'll stand by that statement that it's a great game when it's 6v6, okay? It's when you start to add computer AIs when the game starts to get funky and people start to say glitch, freezing, glitch. Yeah, okay, so we'll get into my 5 points. So the first point, obviously, better computer AI. I'm sure I don't have to tell you guys this, but the whole thing for NHL 12 was anticipation. Our computer AI anticipates the play. No, they don't, okay? No, they don't. If you mean anticipation, when I touch the puck, my forwards go up to the blue line, fine. But they don't get open for you. They don't start moving. They just stand still. All right, you cannot control the AI that you want. They need better computer AI. I'll leave it at that. Second, body check avoidance button. Now, let me expand on this. There should be a button that you can press to avoid a body check. Not when you have the puck. If you have the puck, you shouldn't be able to avoid the body check. But say I'm coming down the ice, I dump the puck in, and this guy comes and he just hits me so late. Like, it's so late. But I can't get out of the way because there's no quick movement. You can start to move, but he'll still grab you. Have you ever seen an NHL player right before he gets hit, he knows it's coming, and he quickly just jumps out of the way? There should be a button that when you don't have the puck, when you hold it down, if someone comes to body check you, they just deflect off you. All right? Nobody falls, nobody gets rocked. You kind of just deflect them. You lose your speed for a quick second, but you just get deflected off. A body check avoidance button. I would love that. And an interception button. Have you guys ever seen your player trying to get a loose puck or trying to bat down a bouncing puck and he goes into a stupid animation and if he misses it, he gets locked there? Well, there should be an interception button where if the puck goes right underneath you, unless you press that button, your player doesn't try to anticipate it. He doesn't try to grab it. He just stands there. And when you try to intercept it, it actually becomes a skill. You know, the better players can intercept it right as the puck is on front of them, and their player will intercept the puck. So an interception button, a body check avoidance button, half trips, they should be penalties. Have you guys ever been playing and people just rape the poke check button, and your guy won't trip, but he'll stutter, and it'll be enough to lose balance, and then they'll get the puck off you? That should be a trip. Players shouldn't be able to poke check you from behind and you stutter and then they catch up to you and then they poke the puck away. No, that should be a trip. If someone pokes your skates and you stutter, it should be a trip. There should be no gimmies with that. I hate that stuff so much because people just rape the poke check button and they get lucky. There's no skill involved in it, right? So the half trips, they should be penalties, and there should be more complex controls. This goes back into the avoidance button and interception button. I know a lot of people already think the controls are too complex, but there's so many times where I try to shoot it and my guy spins around on the backhand and tries to shoot it. Or where I'm trying to intercept the puck and he gets locked in an animation. I should have every button and every animation should be human controlled, right? I shouldn't be put into anything that the computer says, okay, I'm going to put you into this animation, like hugging the boards or trying to bat down a loose puck. Everything should be human controlled. So that's my 5 points on NHL 13, and that's this week's episode of Questions with Superbman. You guys let me know some more questions for next week, and keep it hockey related. Yeah, the personal questions are great, but there are some personal questions that I'm just never going to answer. So if you guys want to get your questions answered, keep them sport related. You know what? They don't even have to be hockey. Just keep them sport related or main events or mainstream media events or news events. Keep them like that. The personal questions I'm going to shy away from, all right? So there you go, boys. For Johnny Superbman and the great Domsky, take it easy, and we'll see you next time.